In the shadowed depths of a dense woodland, where the whisper of wind through brittle leaves mingles with the silent crawl of morning mist, there lies a creature both fierce and fragile, a fox, wounded not by the usual predatory meanderings of life, but by a grotesque and unsettling invader. This is no ordinary wound. It is a festering nightmare, a grotesque hive swollen and alive, exuding a dark symphony of decay and primal terror. The fox russet fur, so often a symbol of cunning and survival, is marred by a mass of throbbing, buzzing horror, an infestation of bees that has transformed flesh into a grotesque temple of stings, and stings in return. It is a living testament to nature's cruel indifference, an unintentional trap where victim and aggressor become tragically entwined. What you see here is an extreme manifestation of a phenomenon rarely observed, but horrifying in its reality. The fox, injured by perhaps a sting or a scratch, has inadvertently laid the foundation for an unholy alliance with a community of bees. Normally, these insects abide by their own social codes, constructing hives in hollow trees or crevices. But in this grim spectacle, the boundary between host and habitat collapses. The bees have chosen the fox's wound as their hive, infiltrating broken skin, embedding their brood deep within tissue, and creating a living, pulsing nightmare. The infested wound bulges with swollen sacs of honeycomb, glistening with a sickly sheen of infection. An infestation encasing the fox is suffering in a cage of chitin and venom. The infestation starts subtly. The fox, perhaps foolishly curious or balanced precariously on the edge of desperation and pain, disturbs a nearby hive or sustains an injury amid the underbrush. The scent of blood, an injury is a beacon to the bees, insects driven by instinct and colony survival, not cruelty. They swarm in a frantic frenzy, their numbers multiplying, their buzzing chorus a dark lullaby to the one suffering. With mouthparts and stingers, they breach the torn flesh, depositing larvae and secreting propolis that harden. In the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture, a chilling sight unfolds. A horse, majestic yet marred, stands trembling. Its flank is a grotesque canvas, a horrific wound resembling a beehive, pulsating with the rhythm of life and decay. This is not merely an injury. It is a testament to nature's darker side, where beauty and horror intertwine. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into the unsettling reality of a bee infestation, a phenomenon that transforms this noble creature into a battleground of survival. The wound, a gaping maw of flesh, is not just a result of a single encounter. It is a breeding ground for thousands of bees, their tiny bodies buzzing with a sinister purpose. Each sting, a harbinger of pain, has left its mark, creating a grotesque symphony of suffering. The horse, once a symbol of grace, now embodies the raw brutality of nature's design. As we delve deeper into the science of this infestation, we uncover the unsettling truth: bees, while often celebrated for their role in pollination and honey production, can become unwitting tormentors. When a horse is stung repeatedly, the body reacts with a cascade of inflammatory responses, leading to swelling, infection, and in severe cases, necrosis. The bees, drawn to the warmth and moisture of the wound, find a perfect environment to thrive, laying their eggs in the soft tissue. In the vast expanse of the wild plains, a solitary bison lumbers, its mighty frame a testament to the primordial strength of nature. Yet, beneath its imposing stance lies a grotesque testament to a struggle unseen by casual observers. A horrific, festering wound mars the creature's hide, a sprawling hive of buzzing, writhing horror etched deep into its flesh. This wound is no ordinary injury. It is a living, breathing infestation, a hive of agony where legions of bees have taken residence, turning the bison's body into a decaying fortress of relentless torment. At first glance, this hive pulsates as if the bison itself has become a grotesque apiary. The bees, far from their usual existence within the safety of a queen's hive nestled in a tree or wall, have ventured into a desperate, parasitic alliance with the wounded beast. The wound is swollen and reddened, dark pus seeping from the infected tissue beneath the honeycomb maze. The bees swarm incessantly, their movements a maddening dance driven by primal survival instincts, drawing sustenance from the bison's flesh and the nutrients oozing from its raw, open wound. This macabre infestation typically begins when a bison is injured, the initial break in the skin attracting scavenging insects eager for nourishment. For reasons still shadowed in the scientific ether, certain bee species exploit this vulnerability, embedding their combs within the wound. The bees' waxy, honey-laden cells in the quiet shadows of an overlooked backyard, a chilling spectacle unfolds, a living canvas warped by nature's unforgiving brush. Here lies a dog, a once vibrant creature now ensnared in a horrifying symbiosis, its body a grotesque monument to a beehive's relentless infestation. At first glance, the image strikes like a grim whisper from a dark fairy tale, a mass of swollen honeycomb flesh, where once skin stretched taut in innocence. The hive's architecture, raw and pulsating, is stitched into the dog's flesh, a morbid blend of beast and insect cohabitation that defies conventional boundaries. The sheer revulsion evokes a primal shudder, yet beneath this visceral horror lies an unsettling scientific ballet, one where biology and neglect intertwine. Bee infestation on a mammalian host is a perplexing aberration. Apis mellifera, the common honeybee, typically honors a distant symbiosis with humans, crafting elaborate hives high above the ground, far from living animals. But in this macabre tableau, survival instincts warp, and bees have crafted a grotesque hive, burrowed and festering across the dog's tormented skin. This infestation begins innocuously, often unnoticed. A stray or injured dog, weak and exposed, becomes an unwitting host for opportunistic bees. Drawn by the scent of sweat and seeping wounds, bees infiltrate the animal's compromised barriers. Unlike parasitic mites or fleas, bees do not typically subsist on blood or skin. Instead, they exploit the injury, embedding their waxy cells into the decaying tissue, transforming wounds into hives. Over weeks, this invasion escalates. Wax cells multiply, honey seeps into the infected flesh, swollen larvae wriggle in their royal nurseries, all festering amid the dog's growing pain and infection. An anatomical horror show ensues. Swollen lumps distort the dog's vital structures, the hive's undulating honeycomb mirroring a living map of the insect colonization. The sting of countless bees leaves behind necrotic scars and festering sores. The dog's fur is matted with honey and pus,